Hello everyone and welcome back to JCfinger. I've built the church where the funeral took place for Ebony's mum's funeral. If you've not seen that episode, a link should pop up in the top right hand corner of your screen. And there will be a couple more builds that will come through on the channel that are associated with the series. I really want multi-level roofing in this game. It's been overdue and I don't know what's taking so long. I have these 1x1 pillars that look like candle stands, and that's what they're meant to be. At the top here I've used some countertops to create that marble bubbled effect around where the church bell is supposed to be situated, and then I have another candle on the side here. It's meant to be lit up when there's a service going on. Then on the sides of the build, on both sides, I use these vertical gardens to completely block out the exterior, making it look like a traditional chapel of some sort. It matches the environment that it's in. You know, I just wanted to warm up the body of the build somehow, so I stuffed them all in on the sides there. And we have a back door that leads out to the wedding arbor area, and then a couple more candles here that make the ambience for the wedding area, you know, feel even more special. Okay, so there you've got more of these vertical gardens on the side, and I love that the multi-level roofing seems to feature in this build, even though they're separate buildings, 3 buildings in one space. But I have attached them into one build and made sure that they are enclosed. You'll see that on the inside. And Keith is here on request of his bride-to-be to see if this will be the right venue for the wedding. She's been here a number of times and has forced him to make a trip down here all by himself to see and have a look at what's captured her heart. Okay, now this is the way into the church. There are some art pieces up on the wall. One of them is a cluster from the Galerie Française live event, and the other piece on the end is from the French Chateau. And then I use these chairs as my idea of church pews. They're meant to be wooden and uncomfortable, but they get to have some pillows. It's laid out exactly the same way on this side, and I decided to place a grand piano at an angle in the corner next to the pulpit. So this is a triple height room. If you recall in the episode where Ebony was speaking, you will notice that it was 3 floors up. We'll see that part when we get to it, but this is where the minister would come and make a speech, and that's where Ebony was situated, making one last speech in honor of her mother. What we have at the pulpit here is the candelabras, a stack of Bibles for members who would have come and didn't come with one, drinks for the Holy Communion, more candelabras, candle stacks, and so on, a microphone at an angle facing the minister, and so on. So I've really brought in as much as I think should go into a setting like this. And there are some doors to the left and right of the pulpit, and what we have back there is a couple of seats where perhaps the minister for the day would be sat waiting to be introduced, or maybe the altar boys, depending on your sort of religious setting. That's where they would sit and wait and come out to help assist with the service. And there's another seat over there in the corner. It's the same over on this end. As I say, a couple of doors are situated to the left and right of the pulpit that will assist the service. That's what we have downstairs. Upstairs takes us to the next tier of seating, and we're coming into that space that cracks the building from the other buildings to the left and right that make it look like we have multi-level roofing. So we've come up onto a balcony right here where the staircase is, and in the back there you can see there's a sculpture tucked away, again another sort of churchy feature. And then, you know, you come out this way to where seats are. It's closed in by a white terrazzo unit, and that's where that big fire is burning away. And we have another terrazzo unit sealing off the area at the back there. So this area is meant to be enclosed, covered up by those units. And then of course the vertical gardens are up top, so it's supposed to be covered up. So you come in underneath that arch to more seating, and everything is set out in this way. And of course you can see there's a spiral staircase that'll take you further up. And again, if you wanted to come up to this seating area on the left side when you walk in the church, then you could have come up this staircase here from downstairs here underneath that arch. Okay, I know it looks complicated, don't worry, there's a live build right at the end, and if you want this build in your town, I will do it for you step by step. This is the view of the second tier of seats. This is how they see this area, and I wanted it to look as though they were stained windows. So behind all these doors are incredible, ridiculous looking patterned wallpaper, but on the whole you could see that sort of stained glass effect. That's just what I was trying to achieve, and that's why there are all those multicolored wallpapers stacked behind. Okay, now where he is on this floor, you go right opposite that arch and you cross over past the staircase into the restrooms. So this would be restrooms on one side, and there's more on the other side of this seating level. And you've got these jail cell toilet units in here. I really love them, so I stuck them in here. There's one in here and of course one behind the other door, and I love that the pipes are exposed. It makes sense in this church setting that it wouldn't be all wrapped up and prim and proper. Somehow that's just how I feel about it. And then you'll see that Keith is standing right in front of a towel dispenser. I love the layout for this bathroom, and that's where the window is situated, giving the space light. When you come out of the restrooms and work your way further down that balcony, you have a door that leads into a space that would be given out to someone who's in a homeless situation. So you've got that unit up here with the hangers, an ironing board, and what looks like a box. It is a safe, but see it as some sort of storage unit. And then you have an area to study, some tapestry on the wall, befitting of the church setting, and then an area to sleep and a great view of the gardens out back. Okay, so it's just enough for one person to come in here, get their life back on track, and they could also peek out this way into the service from the top of that door. Okay, so it is, of course, as you would expect, the same over on this side. So you walk across this way, across the staircase, and you have a bathroom here as well. I think I should put a shower in here. I should have done that. A shower would go in the corner. It would, you know, for the homeless rooms. I just realized that now. It would make perfect sense, wouldn't it? Oh well. So this is a room for, again, another homeless person, or perhaps where the bride and groom would get ready. You know, it's that sort of setting. It's not so glamorous. It is just a small church. This is that section again where you got a fire, and the whole space here is enclosed by the terrazzo units. And that's what I've put together on the left and right. And those are the buildings that make up the lower level roofing. Okay, the spiral staircase takes us up to the last level of seating, and also to the front part of the church where there's meant to be a bell, but we'll see that in a second. And yeah, it's quite high up. You have to imagine that they can all see the pulpit and see the minister down there preaching the gospel, and this is their view right from the tippy top here of the stained glass windows. I really love how it's pulled together in this way, and you can access all the spaces, even the space where the chandelier is, which is meant to be the church bell. Okay, so that should be a bell, and you can walk out to that section and say clean the bells or something. Okay, it's a bit tricky getting into that space. You've got to let all the walls down and then tap on the area. And in he goes. I mean, it's dangerous. He's standing in the light, but yeah, nothing is really going to happen, but it looks very unsafe. So that's the view one more time as an overview for the space and what it looks like. So it's a nice little chapel type looking space. I don't know if Keith is happy with the space. His wife doesn't expect so much. She's quite modest, but he would want spaces that will really accommodate the groomsmen and the bridesmaids. So we'll see what they decide, because the homeless rooms might not be his thing. Anyway, it's a chapel. Maybe he should head off and go look for a cathedral or something. Who knows? Thank you so very much for watching. We're heading straight on into the live build, so stay tuned for that. And one thing I wanted to point out is that if you choose to replicate this in your town, that's wonderful. It means you like it so much. That feels really good. But if you do choose to upload it to any social media platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and so on, that's wonderful too. But don't forget to use the hashtag JCfinger when doing that, and I'll be grateful. Okay, thanks for watching again, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Wish me luck with the episode coming up. Take care. Bye.